I had developed a condition called atrial flutter, and my resting heart rate jumped from 40 to 45 beats a minute to 145 beats a minute non-stop, and it will not stop when you have atrial flutter. Miraculously, 87 days after my second heart procedure, I had a personal best in my 7th half Ironman. My name is Robert Key, and anything is possible. I have been, I guess what you should call a participant athlete for most of my life. I ran my first marathon at the age of 25 back in 1985 and ran marathons for about 20 years, ran the Boston Marathon 3 times, and it evolved into half Ironman and then eventually to Ironman. I have a wife that I love dearly, and I have a son and a daughter, and you know, they were my first concern. My second concern was, am I going to be able to continue my athletic endeavors? Am I ever going to be able to do an Ironman? I entered the hospital for a procedure called an ablation, and they literally pinpoint the spot where your heart is misfiring, and they actually burn it, they cauterize it, and you're consciously sedated during the procedure. And so I literally felt every burn that they did on my heart, and they did 3 burns that day. At the end of the procedure, the doctor leaned over me and he said, "We think we got it, but just to make sure, we're going to stop your heart and restart it." Roughly 300 days after my second heart procedure, I completed Ironman Texas. It was just one of the greatest single moments of my life. Quite honestly, I'm excited for myself. I will tell you though that I'm more excited for the people that are doing this for the first time. I want those people to share that joy and that experience that I had of crossing the finish line. And there's absolutely nothing like it.
Ironman, as you know, is all about having heart. Let's bring him up on stage. Robert Key, everybody. Robert.
I want to add one thing for all of you first-timers, because I was sitting exactly where you are 1 year ago tonight. And you've got the rest of us beat on this who've done this 1 or more times. No matter when you finish, no matter when Mike calls your name, you're going to have a personal best on Saturday. One thing I have learned throughout the years that I've been doing this, and especially through Ironman, is my story is my story. My story is not any better than any other single person sitting out here tonight. You've already witnessed that by the people that have been up on stage. It's that story of yours and that power that you gain from that story that's going to get you across that finish line in the end. When I came down the final chute for Ironman Texas last year, I stopped about a mile from the finish line. I could have kept running, but I didn't, because I just wanted to stop and take it all in. It did not matter to me what the time was on the clock. I just wanted to absorb every second of it. The power of your own story is going to get you there. And let me tell you, when you're struggling in the race, somebody's going to come up beside you and they're going to be struggling as well. They're going to immediately become the best friend you've ever had in your life. I promise you that. Talk to them. Find out what their story is. Tell them a little bit about yourself. It's the power, and you will pull something out of yourself that is raw and unbelievable to get you to that finish line. I'm so honored and so humbled to be here tonight, and I just wish all of you the best. God bless you, and just have a great race on Saturday.
You all know about, getting an Ironman M.Dot tattoo. Well, Robert got one on his calf. Show him on the calf. We got a spot of that. We got the camera on the tattoo. There we go. How good does that look? So, he got that on Father's Day last year with your kids. You took your kids to a tattoo? You didn't make them get a tattoo, did you? Oh, all right. So you got the M.Dot. How many in here, after the race, your first timers, are going to get an M.Dot tattooed on you? Look at that. I should have gone in the tattoo baby. I love it. Robert, congratulations. We'll see you at the finish line. Before we talk about the Ironman Foundation, I want to welcome 2 groups of athletes here. I don't know if y'all heard that in March.